All right, everybody, we're going to get started. 7:30. I'm going to cover some more material on this training tilt because we still got questions out there. Some people still asking questions and other things. So what I will do is I'm going to break down a few more things for you so you can kind of understand what you're doing here on this. I'm using my wife's account. She's been so gracious to volunteer herself as the supposed guinea pig for the athlete side of it. So what you see on the screen is you see it's called the Pulse. This would be like a landing page on your computer, which is kind of nice. Our social guy, Aaron Haydu, does a lot of our marketing stuff and our online presence. And you can see here he's done a nice job of fleshing out some of the things we have here. We got your schedule all the way to the far left. Tells you what you're doing for the day. Facebook to go to Dave's, Strava, our Dave's on Strava. You can see some people posting. And then he's even added more videos down here from our PT staff on strength training. Okay, and we also have a video section too. And you see Instagram, Dave's on Instagram. So all these things are here on your Pulse page when you get there. Okay, and so that's kind of the main thing. Now, as you go through it, some of you might have your stuff set up in metric, not imperial or miles and half miles and stuff like that, feet. So to change that, because obviously that's going to be easier for everyone, your coaches and yourself, you go to the top right, you see Sean here. You click on your name. If I can, I think you guys are all in my way though now. Let me hide this. There we go, it's over here. But anyway, you can see Sean's profile right here. You go to user settings. When you go into user settings, you can change a few things. You see your connections. She's on Garmin and she's on Strava. Right here, it says unit preference. She's on Imperial. Yours should say Imperial too, okay? If not, you just click on it, one or the other. You want Imperial, then you save it. And then that'll change, convert it, make sure everything's measured in feet and miles, all right? That's just because all the schedules in feet and miles too. This is based in New Zealand, so obviously they're using the metric system, but we do not, okay? So that's just a quick one there because we were seeing that a lot for that connection there. Also, a few other things then. If you go to your schedule, someone asked about this, your dashboard has your day of what you did that day. Now, if we go to your entire plan, okay, as hers comes up, the green is everything she's done since we've started up here on the 25th. She's posted. Now, one thing you might not notice is this little white marker here. It says AN. That means athlete's notes. That's when you have either synced your Garmin, and you can see the Garmin here, or you've manually entered it and you saved and marked as complete. It'll have a little square for athlete's notes. Now, what we will begin doing is we will begin commenting in here also. Maybe a certain workout day. I'm going to comment every single day, but maybe there's a workout day we comment on. And you will notice that because I commented on my wife today. I haven't commented on anyone yet because I've been just making sure everyone's getting online and doing all right. But you can see here, there's a CN, and that'll mean coach's notes. So if you see a CN there, that means your coach has commented. So check it out. They'll give you some feedback. You can click right on the day and then go right to comments on these tabs here. And you see there's where Sean synced from her Garmin, and then I write here my comment for her. So we just want to make sure you realize that because some of the coaches will be taking their time to post their comments to you, give you feedback about your workout, or just something in general. So that's there for you, okay? So I just want to make you aware of that. It'll see CN for coach's notes and AN for athlete's notes. And when you sync, it automatically tells you athlete's notes because that means you have done something on that day or have posted something, okay? Now, another question was, can we switch days? Yes, you can manually switch days here if you want. So let's go to the week coming up. Sean has a dinner date with her husband on Tuesday, so she has to go out to eat. So she's not going to be able, or Wednesday, so she's not going to be able to get in her run Wednesday, her 30-minute walk. So she can just simply pull it and drag it to Tuesday. If she wants to do it Tuesday, should drop underneath. There we go. And then she'll drag her rest day over to Wednesday, and she can drop it in there. So you can move the days around to fit your schedule if something comes up. And obviously what you want to do is you don't want to throw together back-to-back rest days. You want to space them out so you aren't getting, all of your runs in one time and then all your resting in the end, because that's not helpful. We want to space them out when we need them. Okay, but you can move them around to benefit your schedule somewhat. Okay, that was another question someone had, so I want to make sure we're covering that. All right, now a couple other things to point out here on yours. So that was our calendar. If I go back to the landing page, then you see here, we go all the way down to our groups, and this is what people have been using so far. The chat is the main one. And so if we go to the chat, that has all of the groups funneled into this chat. So that you will see everybody posting everything. Now the problem is we have a lot of people posting, so yours might fall way down the list and get knocked down in a matter of hours. It could be way down and people might not see it anymore. So a little bit better thing for you to do would be to go to social groups, and then you see we have all of our groups are separated in the chats. So we got, Linda's Corona Crushers up here. This is just our general Dave's one. Then we got Essential Runners, Jody's group, Tempo Exotic, Steve's group, Virtually Distance Runners, my group, and then Zoom Bombers, Renee's group. So if we open up mine, I can open up my social feed, and then we have, just our group posting so we can see them a little quicker and a little easier. So that's just to remind you there that maybe post on your social chat. If it's just something really for your group, it'll still get fed into the main chat. But, if you're asking questions from your coach, he might not see it because it might drop down as the day goes on and maybe they're working or what have you. So maybe post it just in your social group if it's a specific question for your group. Okay? So I wanted to make sure everyone was able to see that. All right, then still within that resources, where that was the chat and social groups, then we go to resources. That's where you'll see we have articles, and we don't have any, we have the main ones we have going right now though are the videos. You can see I posted the one still, and I'll be posting more from our PTs. I'm just going to see which ones Dana and Jeff think will be helpful for 5K. But you can see the one to choosing the right shoe. And then, yes, you saw me go through the weekend challenge. I'm still recovering from those burpees, by the way. So it could be a couple days. Maybe next weekend I'll be able to do some more for you. I don't know. I'm not a burpee guy. But those will be there. And those will always be there. So it's like our library of videos. And then we go down to the other thing, shared files. Okay. And you see the shared files, you have your pace chart, you have your warm-ups, what you do for your dynamic warm-up, and you have your coupons here that you can use. And I said to my group in our short Zoom meeting, I find it much easier to download from my computer than on my phone. It's a lot harder, it takes longer. Sometimes it doesn't work properly. So I can't really get it to download great all the time. But on my computer, it's a little bit better. Okay? Those are the main things we're at right now. If we add some more things in there on this, we'll do that as we go along. But for right now, those are the things we're kind of working on, the social groups and chat, the videos, and the files, the shared files. That stuff is where we will push stuff out to you on. And then you have your, pulse and dashboard and all that good stuff. Okay? Anytime you have a question, just let me know on the chat side. You can type in a question on the chat, and then I'll be looking for it. Or if I don't get to it, someone just yell at me, and I'll get to it. So I just want to make sure we're doing that because we have a couple chats there. And you can see, I want to make sure Can you find that on the app? I know it's just the web version. Yeah. A lot of this, the app is mainly for you to like get a quick look and see like what you're doing that day, what's going on. But if you want to move days around, you're probably going to need to get on a laptop or computer to do that, to start dragging and dropping things. The app isn't that, you know, powerful yet. It's kind of a newer thing for Training Tilt. So they're still fleshing things out with it. And no, at this point, I know I couldn't do it on mine, and I had to do it on the web. So right now, just the web version will do that for you. Okay, good question though. Thank you, thank you. All right, moving on. Let's move it on. If we don't have any more questions about the Training Tilt platform and all that good stuff, okay. All right, if you do, let me know. We'll get to it. Now, we did our wild weekend. The goal was to go out and do 10 burpees, and then do up plank, I call it, an unlimited plank, and then do 10 more burpees. All right. Now, and then you posted it on our Google Sheet, and we got here, everyone's right here, and you see I highlighted Mary Nesper. She did this crazy 5-minute elbow side hand walking planks for 5 minutes. That sounds painful already. So Mary, you'll be getting I'm going to get you a $15 gift certificate to the running shop, so you can go in there and show them how to do the planks. But you have to do it in the store for 5 minutes too. Okay? Just make sure there. All right. But good job, all of you that did that. We're going to have another one next weekend. Hopefully not as hard, but that was pretty hard for me. I'm not going to lie. I'm terrible at those things. So we'll have another one this weekend, and we'll have our week challenge results coming up tomorrow. We're going to make sure everyone finishes the results. And I want to remind everyone, you know, the weekly challenge is the team with the highest percentage of people who did all their workouts wins. So in order to do that, you have to actually enter your workouts in there, or else it's going to look like no workout was done. So make sure you do that. Finish that for tonight if you can for this week, because our coaches want to add the rest up and make sure they get those percentages in, so we can announce who won the week 1 challenge. And then we'll move on to that week 2 tomorrow. I'll send out a short little email. But so look for that, and it'll be a reminder of other things for this, because I'll have a video of this meeting for everyone too. I figured out how to do that, thanks to Ron Palicki helping me out there. All right. Moving on to a couple things, just making sure everyone's seen the pace guide. People asked about easy pace. You want to go a little bit more than, slower than 1 to 2 minutes than your normal like goal race pace. So let's say my goal race pace was to run a 5K at 7-minute pace. Then I probably want to run my easy miles definitely around 8 to 9 minutes, nice and relaxed if I'm doing that. Okay, I mean 9 to 10 minutes. If my goal is to run 8 minutes for a 5K, I'd want to run, 1 minute to 2 minutes slower than that for my easy. And then the tempo, because we have tempos this week, again, for our 2 plans, and that's 35 seconds slower. Threshold, we're really not going to get into that for this. We're going to do some tempos, some fartleks, then we're going to start moving into some intervals, and then go into repetition pace workouts. And that'll be towards the end. And as we do that, remember that link is always in Training Tilt, your guide here for all of that, what you need to do for the different activities, different workouts, so to speak. Okay? So if you begin to have questions with that, let me know, and we'll get that taken care of too. But that's always there. And I'm going to go over the workouts for next week in a minute, just to make sure I sent everyone the training plans in a PDF format. So if you, I don't know if I can move this. Oh, good, I can move that. I'll move that right here. So if we go to our first, there's the advanced plan that was sent to you. That's just a quick 1-sheet reference if you want to print it out. That's the intermediate plan, again, and then that's our novice plan. So all of these plans are here. You can print them out. I send them in PDFs. If they get lost or something, let me know. I can shoot you another one. But you have it on your calendar. This is just a quick version if you want to print it out and have it easily look at on your fridge or something. It doesn't give you the details that the calendar in your Training Tilt platform does. There's many more details in there. It goes over the workout a little bit more in depth. Okay? And so, before all your workouts, don't forget, that's also in your files, your shared files, your dynamic warm-ups. It's pretty simple. You walk through these: the heel walk, toe walk, walking knee tuck, figure four, the hamstring stretch, and then the ace. You're skipping on the A skips, and then the butt kicks. You're kicking your butt. You're just kind of warming up, loosening up the joints and everything like that, getting through that. All right. Let's see. We got more questions here. Okay. So just making sure. All right. Good deal. Everyone's looking good so far. All right. So while we're looking at this, let's look at our workouts just for next week briefly. We have our novice plans right here. We're on week 2. So if I look at that week just briefly, you see here our novice group is going to do a 30-second run, 1-minute walk, 8 times. And that's after a 5-minute warm-up walk, 5-minute cool-down walk. So they will do that. And so that will be, 12 minutes in the middle there of 30-second run, 1-minute walk. It would be a total of 12 minutes. Okay. Because you're just going to repeat that 30-second run, 1-minute walk 8 times consecutively. And that will take 12 minutes total. And then you go to your 30-minute brisk walk. And then the next workout day would be Thursday. Same thing on the warm-up, cool down, 5-minute warm-up walk, 5-minute cool down walk. And you're going to do the same thing as Monday with 30 seconds run, 1-minute walk, except instead of doing it times 8, you're going to do it for 1 mile. Okay. So that was 12 minutes. Depending on your pace, it might be a little longer, a little shorter on time. So you might go a little more than 12 minutes. You might go a little less than 12 minutes. You're just going to keep doing the 30-second run, 1-minute walk until you reach a mile. Okay. If you don't have a watch that measures miles, I would try a track. 4 laps on a track is a mile. And that would give you that real easily. And then Saturday, you'll finish up with your long, brisk walk. Those brisk walks, you want to be walking at a good clip. Okay. These won't be Sunday strolls through the park. These are going to be nice, good walks where you should be sweating by the end. All right. So that is our novice workout. Now we move to intermediate training. See that right here. Don't worry about the numbers on the side. We stick with the dates on our weeks, 6/8 to 6/14. You see there, they're doing a fartlek also, just like the novice is doing a similar, their fartlek is run walk. Ours is a little different from the intermediate. Same thing, you're doing run walk, not walk, but run hard, run easy. So your fartlek is 2 on, 1 off, and those are minutes. 2 minutes on, 1 minute off, times 8. Okay, so you're doing similar to the novice plan, except the 2 minutes on should be a hard paced run, and the 1 minute off should be your normal, easy running pace. Again, if that 1 minute off slows down to a walk, a real slow shuffle, you're probably running the 2 minutes hard too hard. Okay, it's just supposed to be a nice, strong, pace, not an all-out sprint, not something you would throw into a race or whatever, because you want to come back with that 1 minute at a decent pace. All right, and you'll do that 8 times. Remember, all of your workouts are warm up and cool down of 1 mile each. So you warm up 1 mile, you cool down 1 mile. Okay? All right, I'm going to move these over here so I can see them as they pop up. And then you're going to do your tempo over here, your 2 mile tempo. Remember, 2 mile tempo is 30 to 45 seconds slower than your goal race pace. So if your goal race pace is to run, again, let's say 8-minute miles, so you want to run 8 minutes for each of those 3 miles in the 5K, you want to be able to run your tempo pace around 8:30 to 8:45 for 2 miles, 30 to 45 seconds slower than that goal race pace. So you're going to run about 8:30 to 8:45 for that pace, okay? And if your pace is going to be over 10 minutes for a 5K, then you only want to do 20 minutes total of the fartlek, okay? Because then we'll go time. So whatever comes first, 2 miles or 20 minutes, you want it. That's as long as you want. Sorry, it's not a fartlek, it's a tempo. That's as long as you want to do the tempo for 2 miles or 20 minutes. And then your long run for the weekend, or your longest run, will be the 5 miles or 50 minutes, whichever comes first. Okay, so if your easy run pace is going to be over 10-minute pace, you're going to probably stop at 50 minutes. because we don't want you out there. We're just training for 5K, 10K type race. So 50 minutes is plenty right now. It's plenty for you to get out the door on. And then advanced is very similar to intermediate. We just add in a little bit more mileage, a little bit more volume on the hard days and things like that. Just to give you a little bit more for those who've been running a little longer and need some more miles maybe. So you're doing, instead of 2 on, 1 off, you're going 3 on, 1 off times 8. So you're doing 8 minutes harder in that workout over the course of the entire workout. Then you have tempo 3 miles instead of 2. And there is no time limit for the 3 miles. So you should do 3-mile tempo. Okay? And then your long run is not 5 miles or 50 minutes, it's 7 miles total. So there's no time on this either. For these, we are going straight up mileage instead of time on the advanced plan. And you can see between the intermediate and the advanced, the advanced now does not have a rest day on Sunday. Everybody else does. The novice, the intermediate will still rest on Sunday, but the advanced will now start running 5 days on their calendar. You guys will start soon enough. Don't worry, intermediate and novice, you'll start running 5 days or working out 5 days also. And so that is all of that stuff, your workouts for the week. I'm just checking off everything to make sure I cover all of this stuff for you. Okay, so make sure that. And then another thing to remind you of, Dana Pirowitz, our licensed PT lady. I talked to her because I know a few people, I know one person in particular reached out to her but never got a hold of her. So Dana was going to reach out back to her. But remember, her hours for physical therapy, she will be on Facebook Messenger. Her name is Dana Pirowitz. I will put it in another email just to make sure you look her up. That's how you look her up on Facebook. That's the name she's under. And you send her a message between 6 and 8 on Wednesday. That's when she'll be available, is 6 to 8 every Wednesday on Facebook Messenger to answer your questions. All right? She just wanted me to remind everyone that and take care of that. Okay? One other thing we want to stress to all of you, especially our newer people, if you miss a day, so let's just look at the advanced plan here while we're on it. So if you miss a day like Tuesday or Monday, you were supposed to do your workout and you missed it, couldn't do it. You can do it on Tuesday if you want, if you're experienced enough, and then do those 3 days in a row, the fartlek, then the 4 miles, then the 3-mile tempo, then take a rest day. Okay, that would just make it, back it up a little bit more, and that's not too bad. What we don't want you doing is moving the fartlek. Well, I'm going to still rest Tuesday and I'm going to do a fartlek and I'm going to do 4 miles. I'm going to do both workouts in one day. Or, I'm going to do not the rest days. I'm going to do more running in there. Now, this is a plan to get you ready for a 5K, 10K. If you're doubling up workouts or doing a lot more than we're on the plan, that's up to you. We're going to advise you not to. This is going to be plenty for a 5K, 10K. We don't want to get you hurt. We want people to get to the end of the program and to be successful. And this is the best plan we have laid out for everyone to be successful. So if you do run into an issue where you're really not sure what to do, that's why we have coaches here for you. Reach out to them. They will give you advice. They will help you out. Ultimately, you're going to make the final call on what you do and what you don't do, but we are going to give you our best advice. And every one of these coaches it is a wealth of knowledge. They will help you out, and they will go over everything for you if needed. So don't hesitate to reach out if you're unsure. Okay. Now, Kathy's asking, do you have to Facebook message to be her friend? Dana knows as well as I know, there's that one column in Facebook that is a request for a messenger. And so I think maybe that's what happened last Monday. She wasn't paying attention to that column or didn't notice it. And a couple people, posted on there and she didn't see it. But we're both aware of that. No, you do not have to be her friend. It'll go into that column that says request a message. And she said she'll make sure she looks it over and has it ready. She'll eventually get to it though. She said she's on top of it. I trust her. She's a smart lady. So last minute questions. Does anyone have questions they want to yell out? You can, if you don't want to type on here and you just want to ask something, you can ask something, whatever you want to do. that's fine with me. Again, like I said, I'll post this video up here of this whole meeting to make sure everyone's able to go over it. I think I covered a lot of the ins and outs. It closes today, registration after tonight. So if you had a friend that was thinking about it or possibly going to do it, or someone else, they're going to need to do that tonight, because after tomorrow registration closes, and then I will put an order in for shirts. And once I put the order in for shirts, we kind of hold off, and then we'll get shirts in. This is going to be a whole new crazy thing for us, because when we get shirts in, we got people as, you know, far as Indiana. We have people far south as North Carolina. So I'll make sure things get mailed to those people. But local, we'll give everyone a chance to come into the stores and grab their shirt. We'll have like a shirt day or something like that. And once the shirts are in, we'll be out there and be able to get you your shirt for you if you want to stop out at the stores. But if not, if you're too far away, we'll definitely mail things to you. Don't worry about that. We don't want you going without, or, you know, you probably don't want to drive 2 hours to pick up a shirt either. So what we'll do is we'll fix that for you. All right. Last minute questions. So you'll have your separate coaches meetings with your own coach this week. You'll take care of that. And then we'll keep going through the program. I will send out an email early tomorrow, sometime during the day, that will have the results of the challenge. We'll have the next challenge, and we'll have the video of this meeting. So if anyone did miss it, they can watch it. Or, you know, I know a lot of you like to watch things. You want to watch this whole thing again. That's completely understandable. I can see why. So that's up to you. All right. All right, gang. Have a good week. Weather is going to be, I guess, that hurricane hit landfall. So we'll see what we'll be getting towards the end of the week. Who knows? Could be raining all week. Could be hot. Who knows? Be prepared. Stay hydrated. Stay ready. We'll see everyone next week. See ya.